Hello, hello everyone. Can everyone see and hear me? Let's get some conversation happening in the chat box. Who have we got here today? I'd love to hear your name, where you are in the world today, whether this is your first time on one of my masterclasses or whether you're back for more. Let's see who's here. I know it'll take a few minutes now that I've opened the doors for everybody to come in. We've got a large number of. Let's give it a couple of minutes to let everyone in. And if you can let me know in the chat box, I'd love to know who's here, what's your name, where in the world you are. I think we might have a small delay. Great. Louise tells me she can hear me. Louise is my assistant. She's on our call today. Here we go, Renee. Hello from sunny California. Oh, don't tell me that. I'm back home in Australia and it's really cold today. Boston. Whoa, here we come. Here they all come. Sydney, San Diego, Ontario. I can hardly keep up with these now. It's obviously a bit of a delay in the chat box. Oh my gosh, this is awesome to see where everyone's from. Oh, I love my eye goes to the Sydney and the New Zealand. I'm from New Zealand, for anyone who doesn't know, but I've lived in Australia, in Sydney for the last 10 years and spent a lot of time in America as well. Awesome. Tell me, as we're just letting everyone in, I can see the doors are opening now and letting everyone in. Tell me, are you a health coach? Are you a practicing health coach, studying health coach, naturopath, personal trainer? Tell me a little bit about yourself. Hey, Beth. Cold and wet in New Zealand too. Yours stood out to me. Hey, Michelle in South Africa. Lovely to see so many of you here. Let's tell me a little bit about yourself just while we let everyone in. I don't want to start the training until we've got most people. Nicole, Corrine, health coach, yoga, Pilates instructor. Hannah, autoimmune health coach, anxiety coach, personal trainers, yoga as well. What a wonderful group we've got. And just take a deep breath, everyone, you know, as we do open up the doors and let everyone in. Look at what a wonderful community we're amongst. And just, oh, it's just, yeah, so wonderful. Just going to give it another, maybe 1 minute. I know it was a couple of minutes. It wouldn't let me in either. And now it's let everyone else in. Let's just, yeah, welcome everyone. Wow. Water aerobics instructor, Lisa, that's cool. Awesome. All right, guys, today it looks like everyone's pretty much in the same place, but let's start in on, yeah, we do have a couple of ladies, Beth, welcome, and Lisa, I saw as well, who are joining my next Upswing Mastermind program, which is starting soon today. I can tell anyone about that at the very end today if anyone wants to ask questions. But that's not what we're here for today. Today we're here to talk about purposeful packages that sell and get results for health coaches. So I have been tinkering on this training. I have run this training before, but I have adjusted it like crazy a week. And I'm going to be honest, it's really long and I need to make sure that we get started and get through it all. My intention was to get up this morning and cut it in about half so that, you know, the training doesn't go too long. And at the same time, I want you guys to have this knowledge. You know, I am so passionate about health coaches collectively, all of us rising now, getting ourselves out into the world, getting our message out there, etc. So anything I can give you on today's training, let's see if we can get through it all if we get started now. So let me find the presentation and I think we'll do entire screen to be safe. Okay, Louise, if you can just message me and let me know that we're all good. Now, we do have a chat box. I've left the chat box enabled, guys, for this masterclass. I'm going to come back and forth, but when I am on SlideShare, I can't actually see your comments. So I'll let you know when I'm going to come back and we can have conversations. I want this to be a absolute, you know, two-way conversation today, not just me talking at you. But if you do need anything urgent, then Louise is on the call with you and she can help you out. So for those of you who don't already know me, my name is Amanda Jane Daly. I'm a business mentor for health coaches and wellness professionals. And today's training is going to be looking at how to create profitable packages that sell and get results so that we can make great impact and income collectively as health coaches. So, quick note, If this is anyone on this call, I admit it's often me when I listen to webinars, and I've been listening to quite a number of webinars and masterclasses again lately. And this is absolute fact. If you're multitasking, it's not going to go in, and you're probably wasting your time being on this call. So if you can, if you're really serious about learning, how to grow your business, how to get your message out there, challenge yourself to close the tabs on your computer, the Facebook, etc., and to not multitask and to be really, really present. The more open you can be, the more present. Most of you have got a handout and a little booklet that you can be working along with today. Maybe Louise will put that in the chat box in case anyone didn't get that. And, be really present and make this time so you don't have to come back and do it all later. Really get in the game right now from the beginning of the master class today and be present as you can. That's how you will get results. So we are going to have a little bit more chat in the chat box because I can see that there's still people coming in. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Have you already created a package for your coaching business? Just if we want to put some answers to this in the chat box so I can just also check which areas we need to go into for this particular group on the training today. And if you have created a package, are you finding it easy to sell? Just let me know in the chat box. And if not, if you're not finding it easy to sell, why do you think that's the case? So the 3 questions again. Have you created a package already for your coaching business? Are you finding it easy to sell? And if not, why do you think that's the case? Let me just check, so I can check that everyone's also getting in. Kind of need like 4 screens when doing a masterclass like this so I can see everything at once. Okay, let's see. Package came with my nutrition course. It's laid out week by week, but I haven't been able to sell it. Most people say it's too expensive. Great, Marianne, great feedback. Susan, in the process of doing this and haven't got to selling it. Sammy, nope, trying to find my niche. Absolutely, we're going to talk today about why you do need to find your niche or client to be able to create a purposeful package. Still tweaking it and finding my market. Yes, we can see that target market does go very much hand in hand with a purposeful package. Today's training is mostly going to be on the package, but there is some target market work in here as well. Laura, I have target market and the packages that have been defined, but I have a hard time finding enough people who are interested. Okay, so we're all at different stages. And, as we go through the training, feel free to put any questions in here, but just to let you know, I'm also going to take questions at the end if there's anything particular for your stage that, you want me to go more into. So let's go back. And really have a think, if you're not finding them easy to sell, why do you think that's the case? Just maybe take a moment to pop a few thoughts on that as well. Even if I said it this way, like what stories are you telling yourself, whether or not they're true or not, of why you think your packages aren't selling? Is it because they're too expensive? Is it because people don't understand your package or what health coaching is? Is it because people just don't value it? Like, why do you think that you're finding your packages hard to sell if you have already created them? And, you are in the right place today. Good to check in on this. Check you're on the right call. If you currently sell or plan to sell your health coaching services and you'd like to increase those sales. And I will say, although this is very targeted for health coaching, that's what I specialize in. I also mentor a lot of other types of coaches, if you like, because health coaching is actually very broad as well. So even if you have life coaching services, holistic services, you can certainly apply today's training. And you're also in the right place if you've thought about creating your own package as a health coach, but you haven't yet known how to actually do that. That's what we're going to walk through today. You're also in the right place today if you want to get great results for your health coaching clients when they do sign up. So there's one thing to get them to sign up in the first place, but of course it's really important that you are creating a package that will get results. And here's where I, kind of share my brutal reality and maybe burst the bubble for everyone, but health coaching does not sell. And what do I mean by that? Well, first of all, let's look at the 3 big mistakes that most new health coaches make. And that is, the first one is selling health coaching. And by this, I mean, look, no one knows what health coaching is. I didn't know what health coaching was. I don't know if you guys can relate, but I remember when I first started, selling packages or trying to get clients in my business, or really when I set up as a health coach and trying to explain to people what I did. And I said, I'm a health coach. And they'd just look at me like with blank stares. Can anyone relate to that? Or they'd start asking really difficult questions and I didn't even really know how to answer them. And there's a particular reason why health coaching itself just doesn't sell. And we're going to look at that today. So if you are trying to sell yourself as a health coach, particularly when it's a new industry, when people don't really understand it yet, that could be one of the mistakes that you could accidentally be making when starting out in business. The second is selling a package that won't even get results. So some of you have expressed that maybe you've been given a package from your nutrition school or wherever you trained, and maybe it just, like you don't believe in it, or you don't even think it will get results, or you don't even know if it will get results. And the third biggest mistake that some of you already alluded to is not really getting or understanding true target market foundations. Having a solid niche or target market really is the cornerstone of any successful business. And it's one that a lot of people throw around, trainings on, but to really get it when like the penny drops, that is where you can start moving forward. And it's the biggest mistake that I think people try and set up a blog and a website and all these things and wonder why they're not getting clients when they haven't even really set in stone their target market foundations. So how about you? Are you relating to any of these? When I say beginner mistakes, there are things that I certainly did, so there's no pointing fingers here, but maybe there's even areas that you might want to start to think about for yourself. Because I'm very, very clear on what does actually sell. So don't freak out when I say health coaching doesn't sell. There are certain things that do sell. And in particular, there's one key trick from my advertising days. My husband actually just messaged me right as we were getting on this call, and he said, I just ran into your best friend from advertising days. And I was like, it just kind of gave me that quick spin down memory lane. I haven't spoken to her in a couple of years now. We kind of went, different ways, I guess, as we, as I came and branched off to be a health coach. But it all kind of came, rushing back when he just sent me that right before this call. And I'll share that with you in a moment, but have a 15-year background in online advertising before I started health coaching. And it's one of those tricks that I learned there that really was the key in me starting to get clients for health coaches and for health coaching. And what I now teach today, and that is that you sell them what they think they want, or sell your customer what they think they want, and give them what they actually need. And so many health coaches are trying to sell what they know the potential client needs, and it just doesn't equate. I'll give you an example of this. Some of the health coaching schools teach something like primary foods or the inner work, or these terms that almost become a little wishy-washy and woo-woo, which is awesome if you're a health coach and you're as into that kind of thing as I am. And we start to experience that in our lives and we're like, oh my gosh, like everybody needs to know this. But we forget that what other people are looking for is not that. So I'll explain that further in today's training, but if you can just kind of memorize this line, it's sell them what they think they want and then give them what they actually need after. So that's a bit of a hint of where we're going in creating a package. And in January, I said this rather bold statement this year, and I said 2016 is the year that health coaches rise. And I'm saying it again. In fact, with so much more certainty now, that 2016 is the year that health coaches rise. I have been watching phenomenal rise in the health coaching industry this year, real momentum kicking in, and there's a number of factors for that. And so if you are looking at having a health coaching career, know that you're in a really good spot. And it's really, really important at this phase in the rise of health coaches to stay surrounded by other up-and-coming health coaches too, people who believe in you. I saw someone in my Healthy Wealthy Society Facebook group the other day say that their bookkeeper had said, oh, there's no market for health coaches. I think she said in Australia, something like that. And well, that's great. My accountant said that to me a few years ago too, and is now one of my biggest raving fans. So it's really, really important not to listen to the people who don't yet get it. You are all at the forefront, and I'm absolutely telling you with so much confidence that this year health coaches are on the rise. So you're in the right place. And I just want to talk about health coaching for a moment, because I know that a lot of us actually, you know, do this training and it's really exciting, and then all of a sudden you come out the other end and you're like, oh, I don't know if I can really make money from this. Maybe I was dreaming. Maybe I was just like, you know, being all like, I don't know, like, you know, head in the clouds. But I want to tell you, honestly, I believe health coaching is the best job on earth. I really, really do. And I want to say right now, if you are on this call, something in you called, you know, there's a zillion people out there marketing to you today, and something in you said, I meant to be on this call. And I trust that if you are here today, you are the one to step up and lead. You are the one to be the expert. In this community that I've created, health coaches are truly on the rise, and we're doing it together. And if you have that inkling in you that you're meant to be getting health coaching out in the world, don't give up on that dream. I truly believe if you're here that you are the one to step into the leadership role in the health coaching world and be the expert. And to do that, you're going to need to be a specialist, not a generalist, which takes me back a little bit to what I was talking about before of firstly needing a niche or a target market, but secondly, not just selling health coaching. And some of you would have seen us talking about this on Facebook Live this week, but I was talking about my husband was actually filling in some forms the other day for insurance. He broke his collarbone 8 weeks ago. And we were talking about the difference in detail you had to give for the specialist versus the general practitioner or doctor. And, you know, think about this. You want to be the specialist. You want to have a target market, a niche, something you're really known for. You want to work your own hours. You want to receive the greater income. Think of the difference in lifestyle of like a general practitioner doctor who, you know, just sits in a little dingy doctor's office all day, every day, and sees people by the hour. And someone comes in because they've got a sore throat, and someone else has hurt their finger. And, you know, you don't even know who's coming to you each day, and you can't really be fully prepared or a master at everything. So you're just kind of like, you know, wishy-washy on all of it. And you never get to really rise. You never get to really even create a great income. Compare that to a specialist. You know, a specialist gets to really, really hone in and become a master at something. They get to work their own hours. They actually get like a lot of kudos in some ways, if that's important to you or not. But they also receive the bigger income and are really actually making more of an impact because they get the clients who need a real transformation, which is what we're going to talk about today. So I want to start today's training, and this is really the theme of today's training, of saying you already know enough. You really do already know enough exactly where you are today to step in and start being a leader in the world of health coaching. You do not need another qualification, but you do need to build your business and you do need to take action. Sitting there feeling maybe I need to go get a naturopath degree now or another certification in a different nutrition piece is going to be a cycle that you'll get stuck in for life. You do know enough, and you already are enough. And that is the absolute energy and intention of not only this training today and my communities, but also my ongoing programs where I mentor people as well. And it's a very, very important piece of why we stick together as a community so that we can really grasp you are already enough, because we need you to shine now. We need you to rise and start getting health coaching out to the world. So I want you to know when I say that you know, health coaches are on the rise. At 2016, I've been mentoring health coaches for the last couple of years now, and new coaches working through my programs are getting their first paying clients within 4 to 8 weeks now. And look, some people are like, you know, within days, but I don't even know if I put that number in here, but over 75% in the first mastermind program that I ran this year in 2016 had their first clients within 4, maximum 8 weeks. And when I say over 75%, the people who didn't, really genuine life scenarios why they didn't. So what I want to share with you is when you've got the right business training, and obviously we're sharing a lot of that today, there is nothing in your way right now from getting clients, good paying clients that you enjoy working with as a health coach. So the fact is that people are buying health coaching, and now is the time to do it. It's absolute fact. A couple of just examples just to let you know, it's not me just talking about it. A couple of ladies who are in my who were in my 6-month program. It's actually just finished for the year. Just, sharing on screen, Valerie here. Before working in my program, she had no clients, made no money. She wasn't even sure if she could make it as a health coach. She was actually in IT. She wasn't really all in, had one toe in and the rest of it out. And she was actually telling me she was really thinking she'd have to go back to her corporate job. And a few months in, she was now getting, she sent me this a while ago, she was now getting 3 clients consistently coming in a month. And one of the most important things that she's got from the program is how much she needed to work on herself, which is why I bring that thought in, that you are enough. And we really need to work together on the internal pieces as well as the external of your business. So she says, it's okay to be a beginner and you don't have to be perfect. I don't have to prove anything to anyone. I'm taking the small steps Amanda has given us and it's working. If it wasn't for the mastermind, I think I would have gone back to the corporate world by now. So as I said before, yeah, I'll tell you about the mastermind very quickly at the end, but this program's not about that. The reason I share these quotes with you is so that you know that other women are out there right now getting consistent clients as a health coach. I want you to know that this is honestly, I think, just the most awesome industry that's out there right now. Andrea as well, she's also sharing how she worked through my program. She's saying she now has 15 new 3-month clients at a time, regularly getting 2 to 4 discovery sessions a week, converting 90% of them to clients. She's quit her job. She's now working full-time as a health coach. And she wrote this a while ago and she said, she's going to work in Bali for a few months. And Andrea, as an example, has consistently been fully booked, consistently had that client load and building even more for, it's probably 18 months now since she first started working through the system, of which I'm starting to show you today. So I want you guys to know this is working, because I know how surrounded, after I saw that comment on Facebook the other day of the bookkeeper saying, oh, you can't get clients. In fact, Andrea is also in Australia. So, I've always got an antidote for anyone who says, oh, you won't make it. And there's further stories of that later on, actually. A lot of my clients, one of the biggest things to overcome is other people telling us that this won't work. But I want you to know, if you have this dream inside you to make it work as a health coach, you are here to do that. And it's your responsibility to learn how and start getting this out to the world. So I'm going to say it again. I believe health coaching is the best job on earth, and I want to show you how to get in the game today. You can work from anywhere. Just let's kind of, get excited together of why I think health coaching is so good. You can work your own hours. You don't need to build a product or a team or anything like that to get started. You actually get to walk away with most of your income. There's not many other businesses in the world where you have no really expensive overheads. You don't have to get more qualifications. Trust me, you're enough already. You can start today. Literally, any of you can start today. The only thing you need is a laptop. I went out to the cafe this morning and I kind of said back to my husband, I was like, oh, have I forgotten anything? And then I laughed. I was like, there's nothing more I need than a laptop in this business. There never has been. And you're going to boost your confidence by getting in the game. I want you to know it doesn't happen the other way around. And so honestly, health coaching is a business that not only I think is wonderful, but I also want to really say this. It's a business that you can truly be proud of, that you can truly stand behind, guys, and put your name to. There's too many people out there trying to make a quick dollar, like doing the sleazy, slimy, whatever it is to quickly make money. Health coaching, if you know this is for you, stand true to it. Put your name behind it and trust that health coaching is on the rise. And by stepping in and becoming a leader now, you are putting yourself at the forefront for years to come. And ultimately for me, health coaching has the ability to make massive impact in the world and, of course, an income to follow. You can do this. And I just want to flick back to the chat box for a moment and just have anyone have any thoughts? I wanted to have that discussion around the health coaching industry. quickly before we got into the packages today. So let's just check if anyone has any thoughts on anything we've been talking about, and then we'll get into the training. Okay. Okay, looks like we've had a few people with some technical pieces, but normally that will be your own internet. So I'm going to try not to get distracted by that. There will be a replay. Yeah, cool. Jane, I'm going to come back to your question at the end. Let's feel free to bump it up at the end, but absolutely, you know, not everybody will have a coaching qualification, and that is all right, because I think coaching is a bit of a loose term. I always think it's a personal piece, but certainly like someone like a kinesiologist, you know, looking today at how to package up those services. I've got a lot of friends actually who are kinesiologists and work in this way too. So it doesn't necessarily have to have been like a health coaching qualification first. Yeah, great. Okay. Yeah, we don't need further education, guys. I can see this coming through as a theme. Confidence is a big issue, and I think a few of you are nailing it. And if we can be confident, I'm going to talk about it more, but you guys have got skills, and it's more that we need to step you into your confidence to get that out there. And I'm going to walk you through, you know, a lot of how to do that today. A lot of it also comes from confidence of what the package is. So I can see there's also questions about list building, social media, etc. Trust me and stay with me on this training. Social media list building will get you nowhere if you don't have your foundations right. And that's why I wanted to give the foundations in today's free training. So let's go back. Okay. Really quickly, for those of you who don't already know me, I did share before, I'm a business mentor for health coaches and wellness entrepreneurs. I'm also the owner of Fuel Urban Wellness health coaching business. I have 15 years online advertising experience, and what I think, or at least others tell me, is my secret sauce is that I'm also a trained energy healer and wealth coach. So I have a very twofold approach to business. One, which is the very, you know, marketing, online advertising, etc. mindset. I call that kind of the masculine side, and then the feminine side, which is actually what's going on within as well. And a few of you have alluded to it. You know, part of why I believe that I get such great results in my, at least my paid courses, etc., is because I'm able to help people work through those inner shifts to step into their confidence, to remove any inner blocks, etc. And just a quick look down memory lane. This is one of my first health coaching sites. I, as a health coach, used to do a lot of healthy high teas and workshops, which was one way that I started building my clientele. And really what I just want to say is, you know, even looking back at these, it just flicks to mind, this was not the way it always was, guys. I left advertising 4 or 5 years ago, and I thought that it was just going to be like, I'm going to put up a website, which is what this header is. I made this myself. I'm going to put up a website and I'm going to start blogging and I'm going to get clients. And 6 months later, I had not had a single client. I was like busting my gut every day to write these blog posts that probably no one was seeing. I hadn't made a single cent. In fact, I'd started traveling the world because I thought it was oh so fun to do that as a coach. And my husband had quite a chat to me about when's the money going to come. And there was a real kind of get real moment that I had to hit about 6-9 months after leaving my job, where I had to tell myself, I had to be really honest that I was kidding myself. Despite 15 years in online advertising, where I was working for big brands like Microsoft, eBay, Coca-Cola, maybe one not to be proud of now, but all these big brands, and I was winning multiple international awards for my work, I admit that 9 months in, I felt like I was 10 years old and had never worked a day in my life. I did not know how to get a client as a coach. I did not know how to make money. Despite any of my training, despite all the courses I was taking, I had no idea. And I had to get really, really, really honest about that. What then followed was a a lot of time on the coach, kind of like literally kind of like yelling at the universe, like, I'll do anything to make this work. I don't want to go back to my job. And I just couldn't work it out. But eventually I realized that it wasn't personal and it wasn't my fault. I just didn't have the right training. And so I started reaching out to mentors or people who I admired in the industry and convincing them to mentor me. And I also started going back over the work that I used to do for the big clients and realizing that it wasn't that different, just the nuances that I had to apply to health coaching. So as I started to build the business through, the workshops and the online pieces, I then went on and also launched my Driven Woman's 10-day detox, which still brings me an income regularly today. And I did start to piece everything together. And as I started to get myself out there, get seen by others, spread the word of health coaching and understand what actually worked in business, I did start to get not only my first clients, but actually pretty quickly, once it all fell into place, I worked out how to start making $5,000 a month consistently. From there, I was also able to then lift it up 7, 9, 10, 12, I think maybe even 13K a month as a health coach, purely from one-on-one health coaching. So I want you to know, not only do I get how hard it is at the beginning and that there are pieces missing in your training, in your education, but I've been there and I know what it takes. I still run elements of that business today. And I have now been mentoring after kind of people kept asking me over and over, and I was so resistant, but eventually I did start mentoring other health coaches because they wanted to know how I was doing it. And that is now my main business. And I've now mentored hundreds of women through the formula that I worked out to bring in their own consistent clients and income as a health coach. So that was when I started to transition. And like I say, business has built on from there today, where I've also been speaking for IIN Health Coaching Institute at their conference here in Australia last year. I'm being featured for my business in many business publications, etc. today. So what really changed? Where did I go from struggling into, really a very successful coaching business that I have today? Honestly, after those months of struggling to get clients, I learned how to sell 4 packages in 1 month and I made $5,000 just like that. And it can just sound like just like that now. Trust me, it was a struggle. Trying to work it out was the biggest waste of time, money, and energy that I've ever spent in my life. I wish that someone could have showed me. In hindsight, I would now pay $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, honestly, if someone had given me these formulas then. Because I realized how much time, money, and energy was absolutely wasted. My confidence just dwindled. And really, there was just money I'd left on the table all the time because I didn't know how. Once I learned how to sell these packages, or firstly make these packages and then how to sell them, in that first month, I sold 4 and I made $5,000. In the next 2 months, I did the same. There's actually a real key in being able to do it consistently. Which is also part of the trick, I think. And then the next month I did the same again. And from there it rose, as I shared before. So what was the secret? Honestly, if I had to put it down to one thing, it is understanding purposeful packages for health coaches. And so I said it before, health coaching does not sell solely on its own. To get paying clients and massive results for them, the secret is to design a purposeful package, or, that's the name I've called it, but a package that creates a transformation is what we're really talking about here. So, let me just look at that one more time. I just want to make it really clear. A package that creates a transformation. So this, honestly, selling in these packages, and it's not just, a package, it's really the mindset behind how you design it. It's what you put in it. It's what you put in it that gives you the confidence that you'll get results. And this is how you make an income and, of course, an impact as a health coach. So I've pulled together a 3-step system for our training today. This is based on a training that is within my Upswing Mastermind program, which is my signature program now that I mentor new health coaches through. So the 3 steps we're going to look at are understanding purposeful packages, knowing your ideal client better than they know themselves, which is also some target market work and niche work in there, and creating solutions to people's pain points. What you'll discover in today's training, stage 1 is my purposeful package strategy that is selling like gluten-free, of course, hotcakes right now, 5K months for health coaches. Stage 2, how to know your ideal client better than they know themselves, and the 2 things you must identify before creating a package. Stage 3, how to design a package that converts like crazy, and how to explain it to potential clients. And this is the path to 5K months as a health coach. And I just want to say something, guys. I was talking to the ladies who just finished up my current 6-month program, and we were like reflecting. It was a very, very beautiful last final call that we had. We all become, very close through that process. And I was reflecting some of my truth behind the scene in mentoring. And I was talking about at times I would love to give everyone, all of them, all of you, a shortcut. And I do give as many shortcuts as I can. But there's one piece that I can't shortcut for you, and that's creating your package. The amount of times my assistant and I have sat there and said, should we create a pre-made package? Other people have them on the market. It's, seems like a great shortcut for someone just to give you a package and say, this is what you're selling. And it doesn't matter how many times we talk about it or I think about it, in my heart, that is never the truth. That is never what's going to be of your highest benefit. It is never what is going to really get you sharing with the world what you're here to share, what you're good at, and what they need to get results. And I don't believe that that piece can be done by someone else for you, which is why I've pulled together this extensive training to give you all for free, being part of my community, so you understand how to do it for yourself. And just sharing from a couple of people who have worked with me, their experience of creating a purposeful package. Ashley Chatfield says, knowing the step to fine-tune my target market, how to create a package that is clear to both myself and potential clients, and how to create something that now not only I know will work with the work on self-confidence and belief and our own unique program fixes for clients from Amanda, this is now real, but also a package that I know will sell. Linked in with defining our target audience and their pain points has been incredibly helpful. Amanda gave it so much more clarity, as well as giving us all a clear, direct, and easy to follow strategy to make sure it is purposeful. Really focus on that word, guys. We want it to be purposeful. Jenny, anyone can come up with a coaching program, but it's a completely different skill to design a package with true purpose. One that brings together my values, strengths, and passions as a coach, while simultaneously addressing my ideal client's pain points and desires. Amanda has provided a step-by-step guide, which has allowed me to create a unique package that I'm not only excited to deliver, but I'm confident to sell. And this is exactly what we're going to walk through today. And one more from Megan Williams. Once I learned the distinction of bundling my service into a purposeful package for a specific target market, I was able to get so much clearer on what I can actually offer to clients and how I can structure my coaching sessions to be the most effective they can be. I had a huge insight when I realized that while my package is authentic and heart-centered, it's not personal if someone makes the decision not to buy it. I got so much clarity around how to talk about my program and how to sell it. I feel a lot more ease and grace around the idea of coaching rather than falling victim to old limiting beliefs. So this can be you guys. These ladies, the reason I've brought testimonials in is just to constantly remind you that this is not just something I magically did. I'm not special, I'm not different. I want you to see that lots of other ladies are doing the same. And these are all examples from this year as well. So really, let's get started. We're going to go into stage 1. I want to really quickly check that everybody understands what I'm talking about, just the intent behind creating a purposeful package. I'm going to go into how. I just want to check if anyone has any questions that perhaps I could have missed as we're going. What's 5K? Thank you for asking that, because I always say it, and it is $5,000. I said it in these videos that I filmed the other day, and I shouldn't have. I need to remember that people, don't understand that. So thank you, Marcy, for reminding me to clarify. $5,000 a month is very much what I find I'm mentoring most new clients on. Let me just check any questions that I might have missed. Yeah, the how to get clients, Wendy, comes after having these pieces, and certainly, is the next stage, but we need this first. Yeah, cool. Oh, sorry, Mercy. Why only 5K? I'm not entirely sure of your question. Do you want to clarify, and I'll come back shortly. All right, let's carry on. I think you might be asking why I only made that. Could be what you're saying, not sure. With 4 clients, my very first clients, I was stoked to make $5,000 that month. But I could be misunderstanding your question, so do let me know. Okay, my purposeful package strategy that is selling like hotcakes right now, 5K months for health coaches, is as follows. So let's look at this, and you guys have got your workbook to be following along as well. So what are purposeful packages, and why do I need to create my own? Well, a purposeful package is designed with the outcome of your ideal client in mind. So there's a couple of words we're going to really want to remember, and one today is outcome. What is the outcome that your client is looking for? So as coaches, we're looking to support a client to make a transformation in their life. So a transformation from a current pain point that they have to a desired outcome. So I really want you to link this idea of a purposeful package to what is the outcome. And so this transformation could never take place in a single session. I want to really, really make this clear. I know that it can be easy to, when we're a beginner and we're not feeling so confident, to feel like, oh, maybe I should just sell one session, or feeling like people won't pay for a full package, or some coaching schools even teach single sessions. And I want to challenge that by saying that you know as a coach that you won't get a massive transformation, a true transformation in one session. So why would you sell it that way? Designing your own purposeful package allows you to get real and honest about what it will take in terms of coaching, tools, time for you to professionally support a client through a desired transformation in their life. We all know these things don't happen overnight. So by getting honest about it, it sets that tone and sets expectations too. Plus, by selling purposeful packages as opposed to a single health coaching session, you can also charge your worth by selling a number of sessions together to get real results for your clients. And I was talking to a friend yesterday at lunch, and she was saying now that she's implemented this in her business, it's also taken so much stress off her of not worrying like, is money coming next month or next week? She now also has that kind of cushion when someone pays for their packages up front or on a payment plan, that she knows the income is going to be coming in. And that's taken the kind of internal stress off her financially as well. Something for another day's topic, not today's masterclass, but that I'm very passionate about is that to be healthy, we need to take that financial stress out of our systems. So designing your own unique purposeful package is easier than it sounds, but first understanding your ideal client, you can then design sessions which create desired outcomes to their pain points. In this bit, let's just see it again, desired outcomes to their pain points. That's what we're designing here. And yes, we are going to need to understand that client first, but that's what we're looking for, desired outcomes to their pain points. So I want you to know you'll probably never design a perfect purposeful package, and it will continue to evolve as you grow as a health coach. So now's the time to take imperfect action right now on this call today and start designing your purposeful package for your ideal clients, because they are waiting for you to show up in their lives. They honestly are. There is no lack of people out there right now looking for help with their health. So now that you understand what a purposeful package is, stage 2 is to know your ideal client better than they already know themselves. And there's 2 things that you must identify before creating that package. And when I say you need to know them better than themselves, you need to really care, like honestly care about the target market that you choose. And when I say more than they currently care about themselves, what I mean by that is, you know, everyone's busy and they're not always prioritizing their own self-care or what is really going on in their life. And you need to be kind of like the, what do you call it? Like discoverer in some ways, like the navigator. And you need to look at what's really going on. What words are they saying, even if they're not conscious? What are they looking for and searching for? Where are they hanging out? What are they buying at a pharmacy or at the health store? Like, what pain points do they have? And what's going on for them. You need to, if you're serious about this business and serious about helping people, you need to do the groundwork to understand your ideal clients, possibly more than they even are conscious themselves right now. This is not a shortcut business. I said that it is, I believe, the best business or career on earth, but it is certainly not an overnight success shortcut. And this is why it's really, really important to understand who and exactly how they feel, what they're thinking, what they're going through. I just want to give an example of this. One of my friends put this in my Facebook group a little while back, and she shared, I had an interesting experience on the weekend exploring healthy food options for my daughter. I was reading 2 different cookbooks. The first was Whole Food for Children by Jude Blereau, and the other was Jamie Oliver's Everyday Superfood. Now, I'm no food expert, and I'm not a health coach, but I'm pretty sure the Whole Food for Children book was the healthier book. It was certainly more thorough in terms of dotting every I, crossing every T, so that if I followed it word for word, not one morsel of unhealthy food would ever enter my child's mouth. The thing is, I found it too much. It required too much of me. Perhaps I'm just not her ideal customer because I don't want to spend my life baking, but I found it difficult to find even some recipe suggestions I could even work with. Everyday Superfood, which was Jamie Oliver's on the other hand, is so easy to follow. He's not lecturing me. He's not laying down such a hard line that I feel like I have to search for a week just to find all the ingredients. Even when I have 3 organic shops within 5 minutes walk of my house, he's super pragmatic and practical. I wanted to bring that experience to this group because there's a reason Jamie Oliver is Jamie Oliver. He understands his audience. He works with them. He helps you get easy wins. I think every business owner and particularly health coaches can benefit from watching him closely, particularly the way he engages with his audience. And I'd love to know your insights from hearing Sam's reflections here. Some of you might love Jude Blereau, and I know that you're health coaches, but your target market, going in that nitty-gritty detail might be too much. And this is where I said before, we need to understand the target market and sell them what they think they want. You need to meet them where they're at. There's no point trying to lecture someone or create a program on how to be in-depth, whole food, perfect, if the mum is just busy and yeah, she wants to get healthy, but it's all too much. You need to understand, like if Sam was your target market, and she might not be, by the way, look at the difference in the intricacies. And we could pull together words that she's even shared and insights just by reading what she's written here of how we could market to her. I hope everyone can see that. Really put any thoughts in the chat box as we go and I'll come back to them. So your target market, or TM as I often call it, really does take time. It's not something that you're going to be able to master overnight. Target market is really in-depth work, and like I said before, it's a cornerstone of the work that I do with business owners, but it's a reason because it's actually the fundamental between a business that you'll be able to market, be able to sell, and something that people will actually want to buy. But I want to introduce you to that today because it is the foundation for us to even start thinking about what would go in a purposeful package. So just take a moment, you've got your worksheets, and fill in your ideal client just for today, right? Because I said it could take months. I personally in my business do target market work every month. So it's not something that is going to happen overnight, but we always just take imperfect action for where we are today. So let's just take a couple of moments together to start filling in the worksheet of your ideal client for today. And I want to focus on the ideal as well. What if it was dream come true? Let's focus on who you really want to be working with, not who you think you should be or who your coaching school told you should. Who would you love to work with? Who would you love to help? Why are you doing this work? Connect to that, connect to your heart. Why are you doing this work and who do you want to help? We can start filling in the worksheet. So we can start with my ideal client is, is it a working mom? Is it a burnt out corporate male? Just some general pieces about my ideal client is. Let's fill these in together. What are her key pain points? Doesn't have to be perfect, just top of your head. If you had to answer right now, what would you say are his or her key pain points? Do they have digestion issues? Are they having trouble sleeping? Are they overweight? What is the pain point? What's the thing? If you could tap into their brain at 2 a.m., something that was keeping them awake, even if they don't know it's that, what would it be? What are their key pain points? Now, what does she or he believe is the cause of her pain? Remember, what they're looking for might be a bit different than what we think is the solution. So what do they currently believe is the cause of their pain? And what's she motivated by, or he? What are they motivated by? What do they want? What's the outcome they want? What would be her dream outcome? We're looking at what's going wrong or what they think is going wrong in their life, but what would be the dream outcome? If they could, you know, wave a magic wand today and everything was just how they wanted it, what would that be? And allow yourself to go a bit crazy and wild and big on this. What would be the dream outcome? And you've got these in your worksheet too, so you can keep working through these in your own time. And finally, what would she pay anything for? Magic wand, anything can happen. She's got all the money in the world. What would she pay you for, or pay anyone for if they had the solution? So you've got that, and you know, you can go deeper after today's training, but look at the details, guys. Really be willing to look at what's there, not what you think is there. Talk to people, interview them, go hang out on Facebook groups or blogs and see what people are writing. The deeper that you go and the more that you pay attention at this stage, the greater your purposeful package is going to be. So there are two cornerstones of a purposeful package before we move on, and those are pain points and benefits. Those are what you are trying to work out for your target market. Once you understand what their key pain points are and what the dream benefits are that they're after, then you can create a truly purposeful package. Because remember, our definition of a purposeful package is something that takes the transformation from someone's pain point to their benefit. That is what a purposeful package should do. We want to be the specialist as well, remember, not the generalist. So what's the area of pain that we're going to specialize in bringing benefits to? And then the third stage is then to design your package that converts like crazy. And of course, how to explain that to potential clients. So again, I'm going to start. These should be like, you know, like ingrained in your vision by now. Pain points and benefits, pain points and benefits. That's where we've got to start. Now, I want to talk about this a little bit more. Think about when someone walks into a pharmacy, a health food store, a drugstore, anything like that. Think about the labels on a product that someone would buy. There's a headache pill. There's a digestion pill. There's an insomnia pill. There's a weight loss pill. There's a detox pill. There is not a health coaching pill, because no one wants health coaching. No one wants the get general healthy. In general, people also are not motivated just to get better for the sake of it. That's a sad truth, and I think we're getting better. And as health coaches, we can certainly start to shift this movement in the world. But in general, people will pay for a solution when they're in pain. Picture a bookshop. What's the title of a book? It's, you know, how to lose weight in 10 days. It's how to improve your digestion. It's how to bounce with energy. Energy is a massive one. You know, people go into the shops and they buy the energy drinks. Like, people are always buying a solution to a pain point. And when we can start to think like this, we can start to understand what people will actually buy. Because people do buy solutions to their pain points. That's what I learned in advertising. That's what I tried to pretend didn't exist when I turned my back on advertising. But when I brought that back to health coaching, everything changed. It's a mindset shift, but it's also how to create your packages, how to market them. Even understanding where to find clients has to start with this knowing this deep understanding that people buy solutions to pain points. They don't buy health coaching because it does not talk about a solution to a pain point. So once you've got clear, we've done a bit of work on this. Like I say, you'll have your workbooks. There'll be a replay for 48 hours after if you want to go back through this. But once you're clear on your solutions and pain points, then you want to work out how many sessions do they need to get a transformation. No one is going to be cured of 10 years of insomnia in 2 sessions. No one is going to lose 10 pounds in 1 session. This is about staying in integrity as a coach and not worrying about, oh my gosh, but people might not buy so many sessions. You need to be honest. How many sessions do they need? Because they're going to trust you when you tell the truth as well. So just jot down, how many sessions do you think your target market, at least the one we're playing with today for this exercise, would need to transform from their current pain point that you identified to their desired outcome? And then what length session will get them results? Do they just need a 15-minute session each week? Do they need 2-hour sessions? What length session? And if you don't know, it's fine. Just write what you think for today and you can continue refining it. Because then what we're going to do in the chart that is in your workbook is we're going to start designing each week to be a solution to a pain point. So not only is your package a solution to a pain point, but now each week is also going to be a solution to a pain point. So you have this chart in your workbook, and this is how you would work through it. You would put within it, what is the pain point? What area or topic are you going to work on? Now, let's take one like energy. Someone's really struggling with their energy. So the overall package might be a package to increase your energy. Then you can start plotting out, and this isn't just going to be like one worksheet filled. I would suggest that you do at least 3 or 4 of these. Try different options, throw them out, screw them up, rewrite them. You can't come to a solution without first getting messy and trying on options. But let's say then the pain point might be knowing what to eat for energy, or the topical focus. And then you would put what sessions or resources would you bring in? So that's for you as a coach. What would you need to bring to that? And you all have different backgrounds. So this is where we're not just going to take the notes from your health coaching school, but maybe it's even videos or books that you're going to suggest to people, or what resources would fall under that pain point or topic. And what would be your goal or the outcome for that particular session? Would it be that they create a meal plan? Would it be that you've created an exercise plan? Would it be that you've taught them how to do alternate nostril breathing? And then what homework would you give them for that session? And the key reason to do this, and why I said that you're going to want to make, I think, at least 3 or 4, like print this out a whole lot of times and scribble all over it, is you might be surprised how little you can actually get into 12 sessions. Or you might discover, actually, for my ideal client, I think they just need 6. Or you might get in reality and say, actually, I need 24, and that's just the truth. So this is the form, and obviously, this isn't something you're going to solve in an hour on the masterclass with me today, but certainly you can come over to my Healthy Wealthy Society Facebook group, and we can keep sharing and getting feedback and working together on these as you start to explore through the topics. One little bonus for this training, a little tip really, to wrap it all up, is that a lot of us have trouble explaining what we do, telling people what we do, instead of just saying I'm a health coach with blank stares, or even how to communicate our product. So everything we've talked about today, once you have the pain points, the benefits, knowing what your package is, then you can bring that together in this little script. So this is just a little elevator pitch that you might want to print out. And you can use health coach. I'm not against that term. You just need to explain what you do. So I'm a health coach. I work with busy mums who struggle with low energy. I help them by working through my 12-week package so that they can make healthy food and lifestyle choices, know how to exercise, and improve their sleep to get great energy and run around with their kids again. I kind of just made that up on the spot, but you can see how you would insert the target market, the pain point, what you're doing in your package, and the outcome. Those are the 4 pieces that we've looked at today, and they slot perfectly into that little elevator pitch. So once you've done the work on the others, then you can start to see, now we can start to speak up. Now we can start to communicate. Now we can start to take this even further to market and get clients. And of course, that's, you know, the next stage on. Now, let me go back and check. I'm sure we've got questions. So let's have a look. Great. Yes, absolutely. Keeping things simple, guys, is really, really key. Great. Love hearing that, Lisa. Great reflections. Okay, great. And that's fine if you've only got one piece at the moment, because the other thing is to go out and start talking to people and finding out what they want. So there's 2 sides. I couldn't go into all of it in today's training. Like I said, this is a snippet from my mastermind training. But if we were going even deeper in this, I'd not only be looking at what the target market wants, but also what you want and what you can bring to the table. So, you know, to get an even more personalized package, if I was working with you privately or in a group, then we would be finding that real beautiful mix of what you can be a specialist at and can really, you know, help people with from there. Let me just check. Yeah, and don't panic, guys, with target market. Like I say, it's a process. There's more, and I can certainly help anyone, you know, in any of my programs who want to work with me through that. Otherwise, hopefully some of the tips today will give you some starting points to go off and do that. Yeah, Renee, does your mastermind class help with designing a packages? Absolutely, Renee. I'll talk about the mastermind shortly. The mastermind is me basically doing this with you. So yeah, absolutely. Great to see. There's some questions on pricing. Pricing, again, if I was working with you in my group, I help every person find their own individual energetic pricing, because you can be overcharging or undercharging, can be a real reason why you're not selling. But in general, some of the models that I share for like the $5,000 a month, and most of my clients in my programs charge around $1,000 for their packages. Now that does depend on how many sessions, etc., but that's a blanket, you know, piece. Yep, I'll put the elevator pitch back up for you. Absolutely, and I'm going to do a Q&A session, and we're going to wrap up the training shortly, but certainly get any other questions in, and happy to answer them. So I'll just give you a moment to write that down. Great. Okay, so I'm not sure why you specifically came along today. Whether you're tired of getting stuck in overwhelm, trying to figure out how to get these clients, how to build your health coaching business alone, I get it. Like, it can be pretty exhausting. And I'm not sure about your story either, but when I left advertising, I was suffering with adrenal fatigue. So I certainly did not want to be going into more exhaustion and more overwhelm, which is what happened for me when I first started growing my business, ironically. So we don't want you there. I don't know if you came along because you want to serve more clients, or you're ready to go professional in your business. Maybe your confidence or lack of business knowledge is currently holding you back. I don't know if you came along because deep down in your heart, you know that learning how to get clients is the key to turning this health coaching, you know, hobby in some ways that all of us get into a paying business, and finally creating that bigger impact, more profits, more freedom in your life. Or whether you came along because you just know that you're meant to get this work out into the world and that it's your time to rise. And it's time for you to step onto the field and make an impact. with, you know, a proven business system exclusively for health coaches is going to be your quickest way. And, you know, energetically, you're not going to be spending all that time like I did on the couch trying to work it out. Gosh, lying on the couch sounds like it would be, you know, like really like, I don't know, fun or something, but it was horrible. And, you know, we want to really get you on the field now and making an impact. Now's the time. It's not going to happen after trying to work it all out by yourself and dabbling in things. You need a system, and you need one that is specifically for health coaches, because I have found that generic business training did not work for me, and for many of my clients, they're finding the same. You want a system that takes all the overwhelming guesswork out of setting up your business, cures your health coaching practice with a profitable, repeatable, and scalable stream of clients and profits. And that's what we've seen, you know, in some of the ladies that I shared who wanted to share quotes for today's training, is what they've got their businesses doing now. So you really want a system ultimately that creates impact and income. We want both. And I truly believe that if you're on this call today, it's your time to rise. Why not you? So nothing I've shared with you today is theory. This training was taken directly from my Upswing Mastermind program, which, as I shared before, is currently seeing new health coaches get paying clients at a phenomenal rate. Now, obviously, today's training was just a snippet. I wish that we could sit here for like 8 hours and go into all the details of target market and packages and finding clients and sales calls. And, you know, there's so much. But I hope that today's training really has given you, you know, a taste of that, so that you can start doing what these other health coaches are doing, because we really are out there right now getting clients at a great rate. And I follow the system myself, and so have hundreds of other new health coaches. And I want you to know we're just like you. You know, the only difference is that in those of us who are now making money and are able to work for ourselves in health coaching or in coaching, is the only difference is that we have a system to follow that works. And I want you to know, honestly, if we can do it, so can you. There really is nothing different on any of the women I've shared their stories today, in my own story, and hopefully, because I left the chat box open for today's call so you could all meet each other, you can see that you're all very much alike. And I want to, you know, if you want to know how to make $5,000 a month as a health coach, and really important that you want to do it in a soulful and impactful way, then I will take a moment now before we get to the Q&A to tell you about the Upswing Mastermind, which a few of you have been asking me about, not only on today's call, but I've been getting a lot of emails as well. So I did share that I would share that on the call today. Please do put any questions for the Q&A in the chat box, because I'm going to come back to that in a moment. And we know there is a bit of a delay in me seeing those questions today, but let me take a moment to share this program with you first. Upswing Mastermind is my signature program. It is a 6-month intimate experience for driven health coaches. And this signature program walks you through exactly what to do of every step of your health coaching practice, even if you're new in business, even if you've never had a client. In fact, most people who join the mastermind are brand new to health coaching or to a similar business. It's an intimate mastermind experience for driven health coaches. It has business training like today for 6 months. It has wealth consciousness training where we'll be working on your beliefs around money, both from an energetic level, a mindset level, so that you can really open yourself up to receiving and to charging what you're worth. You'll get one-on-one coaching from me in a group environment, and you'll get group accountability, masterminding with your mastermind sisters. This is really a 6-month, almost 24/7 program in some ways. This is the program if you're ready to get in the game and make this happen. So we have, as I shared, a number of different trainings. We have workbooks galore, we have templates, we have scripts, we have audios. This program takes you through everything you need to grow your health coaching business to 5K a month and beyond. Another couple of experiences from ladies who have worked through the program. Emma shares, before working with Amanda, I was scared to put myself out there. Now I'm getting consistency with new clients, which feels great. Last month was the first month I've made more money health coaching and personal. That means financial freedom for me. I've had an opportunity to go to Italy for 3 weeks, and I don't think I would have said yes if it wasn't for this program. In the 3 months I have been in the mastermind, I've doubled my revenue compared to the 3 months prior, and I have to say I'm thrilled. And Emma actually wrote that about a year ago, and I will share she now works full-time as a health coach, bringing in consistent clients and income. Leela, I can't express enough my gratitude towards Amanda and my Upswing sisters. Upswing Mastermind has given me the clarity and confidence to get my business up and running that I couldn't have ever worked out on my own. And trust me, I had tried. Amanda's ability to intuitively give me the most perfect advice and reflections during our laser coaching sessions and get me out of my head consistently surprised and impressed me. I've started signing my first clients and they all paid up front in full. I feel like I now have the secret formula, resources and scripts available to take my business to the next level. By the way, Amanda's scripts are amazing. And, obviously thank you, Leela, for that comment, because I give you everything, scripts, templates, how-tos, step-by-step. We're getting in here and I'm giving you absolutely everything I know and walking you through the process so that you too will start getting your paying clients very quickly. So it's a 6-month program. We work through 6 monthly modules. The first one will be uplifting to your 5K months as a health coach. That doesn't mean that you'll necessarily make $5,000 in your first month, although you might, and many ladies do, so I don't know who will and who won't. But really, I'm going to give you my 5K a month plan on day 1. And we're going to start working on your money mindset on day 1 as well, to really start stepping into yourself as a $5,000 a month business owner. In module 1, we'll also be really getting clear on your target market once and for all, and designing up your purposeful packages. And you'll have ample support from me to go through those in detail on the laser coaching calls, as well as feedback from your mastermind sisters. So by the end of module 1, you will have everything that we've talked about today locked in with my feedback, with my team's feedback, and with support from your mastermind sisters so that you are confident to get it out there selling. Module 2 then will up-level those packages, get really clear on your prices, and actually start getting your clients. Most people have their first clients in the first module, if not module 2 at the latest, because this first couple of modules are about get clients, get clients, get clients, get clients, get clients. Like, that is our focus. Collectively as a group, no more theory, no more just tapping into free trainings. Let's get you actually living and breathing it, so you're no longer talking, but you're on the playing field. You're out there as a health coach, making an impact in the world and being paid for it. I want you to know exactly what steps you take to get clients. So it's no longer feeling like if I'm lucky or if someone will buy from me. You have a formula to follow that works. Module 3 then is starting to upscale your list, getting consistent clients. So we don't want you just to do it in module 1 and 2, getting your first clients. We now want you to start getting, as some of the other ladies have shared, they're 3 clients a month, 4 clients a month, and trusting the formula to work for you so that you know you can do it every month. And then starting to bring in more and more people, when I say upscaling your list, so that you've got more numbers coming through to be able to take on or then move on to becoming paying clients. We upgrade your expert status and go pro. We're looking at then your website. Note that website has not been mentioned today, and I might do another training next week, I think, and talk about my beliefs on why we really don't want to go putting money into things like websites and social media too early. But for now, trust me, that comes in, I'm kind of a crossover actually between module 3 and 4, where we will start to apply everything you know with so much certainty by this stage into your marketing communications. That will include setting up your systems, your contracts, your booking systems, how you're going to take client care and payments. All these pieces will all be taken care of in module 3 and module 4. Then module 5 will be upping your visibility to go beyond your 5K months. We're going to then start really looking at how you market yourself, how to do workshops, how to do masterclasses like we're on today, your social media and all your marketing. By the way, these things will come up in module 1 because in the laser coaching calls, anything goes, and people will ask me these kind of questions earlier. But to let you know, the structured business training goes through this curriculum. And then module 6 is upswinging your potential. We really look at how you can expand your coaching business beyond one-on-one into group programs, into online products, into detox programs, into getting media and publicity for your business, and how to really upswing and upscale your business for future growth. These business trainings alone have all, my past clients have told me that it's lasted them, or is still lasting them, at least the first 5 years in their business. You will get everything you need. There's no need to keep shopping around for different smaller 6-week programs here and there. Everything you need to run your health coaching business is included in the Upswing Mastermind. So who's this program for? It's for you if you're driven, determined, and ready to be making $5,000 a month as a health coach. If you're ready for a step-by-step proven roadmap to build a thriving health coaching business. If you're ready to tell that inner critic that you will choose your own reality now. There's no more hiding out. If you join this program, we're going to hold you to it. We're going to be your biggest cheerleaders, and you are going to step into that dream. This is for you if you're open to tackling your money blocks. If you're kind of open, when I say there's a different vibration from a cellular level that occurs when you choose the right mindset and wealth consciousness, I will go there energetically with you. I will talk in terms of what's happening energy-wise as well. And I believe that you need to be open to that to really allow yourself the personal growth to step into a woman who makes $5,000 a month and more from your business. You understand that there's a real importance of accountability to get things moving forward in your business. There's a truth. I don't think any of us can do this alone. And quite simply, you just know that you're fully determined to make $5,000 a month or more and to keep upswinging from there too, but ultimately be changing the world, or the way that the world values health in the process. That's what collectively as a group, our goal is together. So what you'll get, to recap again, is you'll get weekly video business training, very similar to what you're on today. You'll get weekly group laser coaching sessions where I coach you one-on-one, and you get to watch everyone else's coaching as well. We're all on video together, and I go through, you put up your hand with a question, anything goes, and I can support you on that. You get bonus calls with industry guest mentors, so many different templates, scripts, resources, and there's a workbook that goes with each module. Private community for your 24/7 masterminding with your mastermind sisters, and a very high level of accountability and support for the 6 months. So the question is, are you ready to make $5,000 a month as a health coach? I'd love to hear in the chat box, is this something that you want in your business? So when does the next mastermind start? August the 15th. Gosh, I was going to say 2 weeks away. It's actually less than 2 weeks away now. We have opened this to the wait list, and the course currently is half full, just so that you know. So if you are interested in talking to me about this, I'll share with you very shortly. We do start in just under 2 weeks, August the 15th, which is actually Sydney, Australia time, so the 14th in America. So what's the investment? The standard investment is $5,995 US dollars in full, or you can do a 6 monthly payment plan of $1,195. Now, this is the standard investment rate. However, for being on this call today, you do get to hear that we have an early bird special, which is only on for the next 3 days. So if you lock in your space in the Upswing Mastermind before August the 6th at the discounted early bird rate, then the investment will be $5,500 in full, or a very special 12 payment plan, which is 12 payments of only $565 a month. So not only will you get the special investment rate, but if you do join as an early bird in the next 3 days, you're also going to get my bonus 10 steps to $5,000 months wealth consciousness training program. Now, I created this program last time I ran the mastermind, and I offered it to the early bird go-getters, just like yourselves. And these ladies from this one training, many of them started to get clients before the mastermind even started, just from this one training. And if you do apply for the mastermind, and if you and I decide together that you are the right fit, then you will get that training as well, so that you do have that head start of a week or 10 days before everyone else to be listening to this training. It's really going to lift your vibration. It's really going to get you like in the ultimate place to receive the training as well, and potentially get your clients before the mastermind even starts. Who knows? And then there's also a fast action bonus. Now, this is only for all of you on the call today, because anyone even listening to the replay, unfortunately, will probably miss this. I highly value those of you who are so serious about getting this work out to the world. You've cleared your diaries. I know some of you have had to cancel meetings or rearrange work today to be live with me on the call, and I highly, highly value that. So there's also a fast action bonus. And I just want to remind you of where we started today. You already know enough. You might not feel like that today, but trust me, if you work with me and we work together, especially in these laser coaching calls in the mastermind, you will discover with absolute certainty that you already know enough to be an amazing health coach. And you already are enough. I just want you to breathe that in. Would that be okay? What if you did already know enough and you already are enough to be an amazing health coach? If that was your truth and you had the business training in hand, is there any reason at all why you too, like the other ladies that I've shared some of their stories today, would not be out there getting consistent clients very, very soon? Because I want you to know you already are enough. So a little fast action bonus for those of you on the call. Some of you may know my very good friend, Cassie Mendoza-Jones. You may not, but Cassie she's a naturopath. She is in the health and wellness world, and she recently wrote this amazing book called You Are Enough. And when I was presenting or pulling together this call and really feeling that today's theme was around, as health coaches, we are enough, I gave her a call and I said, can we give away some of your books? And she not only said yes, that I can give away some of her books, but she's also going to personally sign them. So for anyone who signs up by midnight tonight Sydney time, so that's approximately 12 hours from now, anyone who signs up by midnight tonight is also going to get a signed copy of You Are Enough by my very good friend, Cassie Mendoza-Jones. And that book, the subtitle, I've got a copy in front of me, says How to Elevate Your Thoughts, Align Your Energy, and Get Out of the Comparison Trap, which, trust me, is a large part of your journey through the mastermind. So her book complements so well what we'll be working through. So anyone who applies within the next 12 hours and then goes on to sign up, so anyone who applies, I will get on the phone with you personally and we'll explore it. So there's no obligation by applying. I want to be sure that you're a good fit for the program. You want to be sure that I'm a good fit for you. But if you do apply by midnight tonight and then we do go on to decide that you are a good fit for the next Upswing Mastermind, you will get a signed copy of You're Enough by Cassie. So the total value of these early bird bonuses is approximately $1,000. Most of those bonuses, the pricing bonus and the free training bonus, are until the 6th. Cassie's book is only until this evening. So just a couple of other experiences and then we'll go to Q&A. Jenny Go, who has just finished the current Upswing Mastermind. In the first 12 weeks of the Upswing Mastermind, I made $12,000 from my health coaching business. My investment has been paid back 2 to 3 times over already. But more importantly, I'm just so happy that I'm making an impact in all of these people's lives. I have 3 small children. By the way, Jenny's kids are all under 6 or 7. So didn't know if I'd have the time to make this work. But I'm only working 1.5 days a week on my business and stoked with the results. I feel like I've jumped on the fast track. And I just want to share Jenny's story with, any of you who are feeling like it's not the right time, my kids are young, I haven't got much time in my life. Seriously, Jenny probably had the least time of anyone in the recent mastermind and made $12,000 in the first 12 weeks. I actually didn't check what the next 12 weeks were. I should double check with her. But literally first 12 weeks of the mastermind, 2 to 3 times over her investment came back. Karen also shares, Amanda has an amazing exercise that she took me through to get clear on my pricing. It changed everything for me. I was feeling that I'd priced my package too low and it was really feeling off. But at the same time, I was feeling unsettled about raising the price. After we'd worked together on a laser coaching call about this, I connected with the price that felt right to me, $800 more than I had originally set my price at. I learned that pricing is an individual thing. It's connected very strongly to our mindset and how we value what we're offering or what we believe we're worth and what our monkey mind has to say about it. To be able to connect intuitively to what I was worth was pivotal understanding what I could charge. Not one client has said they think the price is too high. And I wanted to share that because yes, there's business training, but Karen really has shared that the laser coaching, I get feedback all the time, is where the real gold comes in the mastermind. When you're watching other women be coached and you're watching their questions come up, which are your questions too, and their breakthroughs, or you're allowing me to work with you, we can really get what's true for you. And this is where as health coaches, like I said, I believe we need to do the inner work as well as the outer work. And I can bring that level of experience and personal coaching to you on our weekly laser coaching calls. So the opportunity is there, guys, to sign up today to supercharge your way to being the next success story. Like I said, the program's already over half full. You are the first ones. This has not been announced to my list yet, but it will be this afternoon. That opportunity to get not only the early bird pricing, the early bird bonuses, but also a copy of Cassie's book if you get your application in nice and quick. And we do start on August the 15th. So to lock in your space, those are the fast action bonuses again, and the pricing, if anyone needs that again, upswingmastermind.com. If you go to that site, there's all the details of the full program. I don't want to go through everything here on the call today because I want to get to our Q&A. But all the details are on there and there's buttons on there for you to apply. So if you'd like to explore the program, it's no obligation. Fill in an application form. That will then give you a link to my calendar. You and I can get on a call together. I'm happy to spend time with you answering any questions, getting really, really sure, is the program right for you right now? Are you a good fit for the program? I've already got half the program, a beautiful woman already dying for the doors to open. And I want to make sure that everyone is a really good fit. So I do interview each person personally. There are times in my diary available this week so that you can get in on that early bird bonus. So if you are even just feeling an inkling to explore it, fill in the application form and book in a time to chat with me. Louise will put the link in as well for that application. So just finally, imagine yourself 3 years from now. You've already had this dream, guys. You've already got this strong enough knowing in you that you're meant to get this work out there, or else you wouldn't be on the call today. But most people in this world will talk about this. They'll dream about it. They'll even go study more for it, but they'll never follow through on their actions to do it. And I'm going to ask you, if not now, when? The people who don't take action, they're not the leaders. To be a leader, you have to have the courage to actually step onto that playing field. And ultimately, it comes down to a choice. And that choice is yours at any time to create your own future. So I'm here for you. The other women in the mastermind who have signed up are eagerly awaiting to the final ladies who will join us. And we are here for you. If this is something that you are truly feeling drawn that you want to do in your life and build your business in this way, let us support you. I would love to support you. And I would certainly, if nothing more, love to explore the opportunity and see if it is right for you. You don't have to do this alone. You're not meant to do this alone. And just as a reminder, 75% of the last Upswing Mastermind group had their first paying client within 4 to 8 weeks in the program. And when you think that most of them are, charging around $1,000 a client, like even one client a month at minimum, which, with the systems, etc., surely you'll be getting more, but even at minimum, the investment might sound large to start with, but these are your tools for your career ongoing. And you'd only need to be getting one client a month to more than pay it off. So I want to just be really clear, when I say that everyone's getting their first paying clients in the first 4 to 8 weeks, the first half of the program We're going to make this happen together. We're going to get you in the game. I'll give you step-by-step actions. I'm going to give you the exact scripts to put on social media, your exact email templates, sales scripts on how to convert paying clients, and be there to support you all through the journey. And, you know, just finally think what it would cost for you to get all of those things created for yourself, to work out what would even be in those scripts or those emails, or to purchase a whole lot of individual courses. Like, that just makes me feel tired even thinking about them. The time trying to work it all out for yourself. I'm not saying you wouldn't be able to do that, but the wasted time and energy when you could get into a system, be supported, and get in the game right away and start actually taking the steps is just so much more supportive for you to get out in the world right now and make the impact that is so needed. Doing it the other way, to me personally, feels like a massive waste of time, energy, and money. I'm always about the energy. Like, you know, why burn ourselves out doing something when there's already a system to follow? I would much rather collectively that we are all out there together making the impact, and then of course the income that you are truly here to make. So those are the reminders of what you get in the training. If anyone has any questions on the mastermind, of course, put them in the chat box too. But other than that, a final couple of quotes here of past masterminders. June, I want to tell you that your mastermind program is seriously awesome. The value is fantastic. I'm getting more out of this program than I did last year working one-on-one with a business coach at a fraction of the cost. The community is insanely supportive, and I've really connected with the other mastermind members. We stay in communication each day, and this makes a huge difference through the good stuff and the challenging stuff. Thanks again for everything you do. It's seriously a gift. And one final one from Rachel. I cannot say enough about how the Upswing Mastermind changed my business. One of my biggest wins was committing to a target market, as that was the deepest, darkest hole for me to climb out of, and something I've struggled with since 2013 when I got my first client. Since I got clear on this, everything is 1,000 times easier and flowing so much better. I'm consistently making good money each month now, and I feel totally at ease during discovery sessions. The mastermind is a big decision to play big and make your business a reality, and Amanda provides everything you need for that. Knowledge, support, sisterhood. If you show up and do the work, you absolutely can create 5K months with the Upswing Mastermind. And Rachel has gone on to do far and beyond that in her business as well. So then let's move on to Q&A. Thanks for allowing me to share that. I know that there's, you know, some of you who are really ready to step into that level of support, and many of you know that I wasn't going to offer that for a second time this year, and I did decide about a month or so ago to do so, which is how some ladies, you know, got to get in early. But this is your chance. You know, it's not a guarantee that I will do this every X amount of months or whatever people assume. Right now, you know, this is the one that's on the table. I'm very excited to open the doors again very, very soon. And yeah, if there's any questions at all, feel free to ask me. Let's get the questions in the chat box. Anything on today's training or anything on the mastermind, anything goes. I'm aware that we've, you know, just passed 90-minute mark. So if anyone needs to go, that's fine, but I'm in no hurry. So we can sit here and answer as many questions as you'd like. Let me check what's coming in. There's a few questions about exchange rate in the chat box that I can see. I do run my business in US dollars. My business is actually predominantly set up in America. So yeah, there are exchange rate difference for anyone who lives in Australia. If we get on a discovery session and if we decide the program is right for you, then I can share some options. If you're an Australian taxpayer, I can share some options of how we may be able to slightly adjust that so you can pay in AU dollars. So I don't want anyone to get freaked out about exchange rates and go, oh my gosh, you know, crazy, crazy. Let's see first if the program's right for you. And then if you are in Australia, I can look at there's no guarantees. It actually depends on tax, etc. But I might be able to help you out with that. Other than that, yeah, anyone in Australia, feel free to talk to me about that. Oh gosh, there's so many questions. Let me. Yeah, cool. Let me be really, really clear. Just I focused quite a bit today on the laser coaching, but this is actually, it's a business training course, guys. So there's 3 core pillars of the mastermind. First one is business training. We take you through 60 to 90 minutes of business training every week for 6 months. There is that much to learn. So first, we're going to get you really clear on your target market, purposeful packages, pricing. Then we're going to go into all the ways to get clients and how to get them. Then we're going to go through how to sell, and then, yeah, how to make websites, how to set up your newsletter, how to set up your social media, your systems, your payments. Like, there's so much, and I'm going to guide you through all of it, along with my team who works on the Upswing Mastermind and your Upswing Mastermind system, sisters. So yeah, there's a step-by-step process that we'll be going through business-wise. That's one pillar. Then the other pillar is my support and coaching for you. And then the other pillar is the masterminding with your mastermind sisters in your private group. So I hope that's clear. Let me. Oh, so many questions. I don't want to miss them. So yes, mastermind class definitely helps with designing packages and pricing. We go very in detail on that. Great, thank you for the feedback. Great session because it breaks down ways to set goals and a plan. Thank you for that. Debbie, I've shared prices, but they're also on the upswingmastermind.com website. Target market. How can I narrow down my target market pain points? Can there be more than one pain point? There can be more than one pain point, absolutely. But you are going to need to narrow it down to probably a maximum of 3 to be able to sell it effectively. Debbie, shared prices. Marianne, can't get people to pay 300. You will be able to. Trust me, you will. The ladies that I shared, that's why I share the stories, is I'm not saying that you have to, by the way. I would work with you privately to check where you're at, but people are and will pay that. Many, many people are currently paying that for health coaching. And look, I'm very, very against working out what it is a session. But because some of you might just go there with your mind, if we said that a package was $995 or roughly $1,000 and it was 12 sessions, it's just over $80 a session. So it's not like I'm saying, I'm certainly not the coach that's sitting here going, you're worth anything, go charge $10 million and you can do it, and it's mindset. And, it's not that conversation. It is really about getting into your worth. And a lot of the conversation in the mastermind is about getting in our worth as health coaches. Most of the ladies share with me, yes, it's a business training, but it's actually their inner confidence that's growing, their belief in themselves, the belief in what they're selling. And that's where this immersion process for 6 months, there's really no way you can get on this train for 6 months and not have that shift in yourself. So yeah, totally would love to see you charging more than $300. Yeah, great to hear that, Susie. Clients so far have really enjoyed personal relationships one-on-one. To save on costs, I've found myself seeing other women at home, really relaxed and open up, and I can take them into my kitchen, show them what foods I eat, how to fix them up, and they can taste it. It's great, beautiful. Sarah, do I have any suggestions for identifying your ideal client? I feel like I have several. Yes, certainly, Sarah. I can't go into that on today's training. If you mastermind, for example, we certainly go into in-depth on target market. But other than that, maybe, start with the tips from today. And I don't know, maybe I can do another training on target market at some stage. I totally get that it's a whole other piece if you're not already clear. It's one of my favorite pieces, but it's hard to do in a one-day training like this. Yes, purposeful packages certainly help in getting more clients. Absolutely. There's another training I'm thinking of doing next week. So keep an eye on your inbox, where I want to show you how that would work out financially to work in purposeful packages. But in a nutshell, if you're working on these packages in the way that I share, you only need to get maybe 3-4 clients a month to be hitting that consistent 5K a month income. And everyone's different. I know that not all of you want 5,000 a month. You know, many of my clients are like, I'd just be happy if I got 2 clients a month, made 2,000 a month, like great. That's just the kind of base formula. Okay. Learning to get clients. Absolutely, Joanna. That's really the key of the mastermind. If I had to nut it, you know, say it in one line. Mastermind course is 6 months. Do I help with practical business training, creating a website, etc.? Yes, all of that is covered. We also have, for example, I have people on my team that I share with you. So I hear some people, this is what I'm going to put in next week's training, if I can pull it together for you all, is I see people spending like $5,000 on a website. That is ludicrous. Like, it's just so crazy. I have people come in and help the mastermind ladies set up their websites from roughly $500. In the exact formula that I'm teaching. These people already know how to set it up. We've worked through all your copy. We can give them everything that we've done. Don't go spending that on a website. It's crazy. It's not going to bring you the money back. Don't do it. Okay, Marianne, I'd like to learn more before the 20th. I have a community fair that I have no idea. Great. Exciting for the 20th, yeah. Get you out of your head, absolutely. My laser coaching gets you all out of your head. Like I said, I haven't shared that so much actually. I shared that part of my secret sauce, if you like, is that I've done energy healing training over the last 10 years. But this year I've actually done an extended group energy training course so that I can now bring that work into our groups collectively. Doesn't mean I always will, but the tools are there if we need it. So I often work like group collectively to break down our mindsets at an energetic level of what's blocking us. Collectively, mindsets around health coaching, around the industry, around what people will do, around our fears. All of this will, come up, and I'm very excited to be able to serve you all in that multifaceted way. I'm not just teaching the business training. It's absolutely there. You get every tool, but we've also got this other layer to all build our confidence and rise together as well. Great. Need a formula to follow. Absolutely, Joanna. That is what we're doing together. Tammy, 5K month would be amazing. Yes, yes, yes. Now I can see why everyone was saying yes at once. Must have been when I said about the 5K month. As I shared, US dollars, but anyone in Australia can talk to me about AU dollar options. Awesome. Waking up at 2 a.m. Welcome, Lisa. Yes, can't wait to have you in the mastermind as well. Right now, the Upswing Mastermind is the only program that I have on sale. I do have a self-study course, which will be on sale again in a few months, which is a lower price, but obviously then you're just working through business training by yourself. So I do hope that the 12 payment plan has lowered the price as low as I possibly can to help as many of you get in. I understand that it's an investment, and our absolute intention is to be getting you paying clients to be paying that back. But equally, I do understand that that might not be for everyone at this time. And there is a self-study 6-week course that you can do in a couple of months, or email me, and we might be able to hook you up with that. I don't know the current exchange rate, but yeah, we can discuss that for anyone in Australia. My pleasure, Sammy. Sandy, thanks so much for today's session. Just wondering, is it okay to have more than one package or a niche market? Potentially. So what I've taught you today is what I believe for most people. And then, of course, if I was coaching you in the mastermind program, we could work out. Some ladies do have more than one. Sometimes we do have different niche markets, etc. if I had to give you a blanket rule, like we're never going to work together and you just want one answer, I'd say stick to one. But it's not the case for everyone. Also, I focus on one-on-one coaching most of the time. But for some people, when we work together in the mastermind, we'll be like, no, you should be doing groups. So, you know, that is where it becomes very personalized as opposed to, say, a self-study course. Yeah, there is a process for narrowing it down. Obviously, I can't go into that full process in training today. I think I answered that for someone before. Target market, like I said, it's work. You know, it's not a quick fix by any means. Do you help with fear of getting out there and talking about each other? Absolutely, Renee. That is probably the main conversation. Like, these are the conversations that we're having here today. Picture this, we're all on video every week. This is what we're talking about. This is what we're sharing. And you'll have challenges. You'll have step-by-steps to get yourself out there. And there's no hiding behind the computer. Like, that's, again, in my other training, like, number one mistake, hiding behind computer. No, no, no. We've got to get you out there. You don't need a website. You don't even need social media to be getting clients. We're going to get you out there, getting paying clients first before you start investing in all those other things. No, I don't have a training on just pricing or website design. I have to go. Great, Marianne. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Sandy. Does anyone else have any other questions? Any final questions? I'll just give you 1 minute because I know that the chat box takes a moment to come through. So yeah, anyone else who has any questions around the mastermind, absolutely, you know, fill in an application. We can get on the phone and explore it. You know, can answer any of these exact questions that you've got. No obligation at all, especially this week. If you get your application in this week, I will have more time to be able to get on and talk to you next week. Obviously, you know, we don't have that much time now, and getting a spot in my calendar next week is likely to be a lot harder. So yeah, you know, any other questions now, or feel free to fill in an application if you want to chat to me on the phone. I'll just wait 1 more minute. And of course, any other questions on Purposeful Packages, you can head over to my Facebook group. Maybe Louise will put that link in the chat box as well. It's Healthy Wealthy Society on Facebook. And you can come over there and be sharing your purposeful packages that you've started designing today, you know, interacting with each other, sharing, getting feedback, getting my feedback. I'd love to see that conversation carrying on there as well. Any other final questions? Don't think so. I'm going to let the clock tick over 1 more minute. One question, I know that people will be watching the replay, but in the upcoming mastermind, the one that starts in 2 weeks, we now do have class times for Europe as well as United States and Australia. Until now, we haven't really had class times for Europe. So I want to let you know that that is the case this time, which is really exciting. So for those of you watching the replay, because that question probably hasn't come up because you're all asleep right now, I want you to let you know that's the case. All the business training is always in a private membership portal, and you watch that in your own pace, but it's released each week. But the live laser coaching, the times alternate between different time zones. Excuse me. How many women in the course? Normally about 40. So it does depend. I very much am more, so I talk to everyone. We got to have the right people in the program, but the last 4 or 5 masterminds have had around 40. Would $1,000 for 12 sessions, I think you mean, could you charge that? Yeah, that's the kind of example I gave before. It is different for everyone. Lots of ways to get yourself out there without website or social media, especially website. That's a whole training in itself for sure, Anna, but I'm not saying that you wouldn't use social media at all. I've actually seen a shift in how social media is working this year than it has been any of the previous years. So again, this is why the Upswing Mastermind, as we go through it, like these things change. Facebook changes constantly. And what I've learned and seen through this last mastermind this year, on what's working, for example, on Facebook right now, the formulas that we've got, the scripts, etc., are working like crazy. Some ladies are just doing that. So I'm not saying you don't necessarily need any social media at all, but they don't have business pages, etc., when they're using my scripts in that way to get clients. What do I think about recording sessions for further information gleaning? Do you mean your own sessions, Joanna? Sorry, I'm not 100% clear on your question. Any other questions? What I mean is using client sessions from programs to make program better. I think I understand what you're saying, because I'm going to interpret, because of what I see women talking about all the time in my programs, is two things. One, how to actually create supporting materials to make your own client sessions easier, but also how to take your recordings of your client sessions, you know, to be learning from and improving your programs. So an example of the kind of thing that we work through in the mastermind together is, what do you even put in these sessions? I know we looked at the brief outline today, but actually when it comes to coaching, how are you going to break down that 45 or 60-minute session? How do you balance between teaching and coaching? How do you make sure that you're like not just slamming information at your clients, but allowing them the breakthroughs? And we have like breakdowns of exactly, you know, scripts and questions that you'd ask at the beginning, at the end, ways to bring resources in that are needed. There is so much detail, but that just reminded me, like that's one conversation that we worked through a lot together to really make sure that your clients are getting results. We didn't talk about that as much as I would like to have today, but you want to design your packages so that you're confident that your clients are going to get results, or else, quite honestly, like that can be one of the biggest blocks on actually selling the package. If there's something in you that is nervous that you won't get the results for the clients, that can be blocking even energetically the sale, and you don't even understand why. So these are all the conversations that we will work through to really, you know, have you confidently selling and confidently proud of your packages, and of course getting results for your clients, so then they're talking to others and able to share their stories as well. So there's the Facebook group for anyone who's not in our Facebook group. And I think that concludes our questions for today. So I'll pop over to the Facebook group after. We can hang out in there if anyone's got any further questions. But other than that, I really thank you for joining me on today's training. I really hope that that has helped you move forward in your purposeful packages, and that you have the resources now to keep working on those at home by yourself. And of course, reach out to me in the Facebook group if you need any further support. And for anyone who does want to explore the next mastermind, like I said, it starts in about 12 days from now. That early bird special is just for the next 3 days. So make sure you get in your application form. Better to talk to me and explore, and we decide it's not right than to not know for sure. And yeah, other than that, thanks for joining me. There's one final question that I do want to address that just popped up in the pop-up box, what do you call it, chat box, because it's actually a really common question. So we'll finish with this. I'm still taking the IAN program, health coaching program, and still have 6 months. Should I wait to take your course as I've not had a paid client yet, or do you have a shorter course that I can take? Honestly, I would look at this program. I prefer people to be at least 3, normally 6 months through, say, a 12-month coaching program, depends on what program you're in. But at the 6-month mark in the IAN program, you're ready to start seeing clients. And if you don't know how, then that's what this training has been provided for. And so I would at least get on the phone and chat to me. I'm happy to chat to you about your personal circumstances, but you are not expected to have ever had a client to join my program. Most people will never have had a client. Some will, and we cater for that through the laser coaching to take you further. But in general, this is why. And most people that I see feel that they will get that training and then 6 months later wish that they'd signed up. So I'm not saying that you know, that will necessarily be the case, but let's jump on the phone and chat about that. Because if you're at the 6-month mark, I feel like that's pretty, you know, pivotal. I can't compare my training to anyone else's. However, I have had people that have done the likes of immersion that people are asking me about in the chat box, and still feel completely lost and come to my program and get clients. I, you know, don't want to say that I don't know. I don't want to make comments on the other courses, but I don't believe, put it this way, I know that this level of business training that I'm offering and the personal support and the laser coaching is not available anywhere else on earth for health coaches. Hand on heart, I know this is the best training that's out there. There's a reason I'm getting results. It's a reason, you know, that people are even coming when they've done those courses. There are gaps. And so, you know, if you even just want to chat that through with me, certainly, you know, jump on the phone, fill in an application, and we can talk that through more. So thanks so much, guys. Any further questions, like I said, we can jump on the phone and talk, or else put them in the Facebook group. Thanks for joining me today, and have a wonderful day. Take care, guys. Bye.